station.
Fair tahr station. Mission accomplished. We've all seen tahr on the trip. Here we are, back from my first tahr hunt. Had an absolutely amazing time, and just unpacking my kit, and I'll take you through what I packed was useful or if I was missing anything and what I learned along the way. With regards to clothes that I packed, everything I had was essential for the trip, but I then selected the items that I actually wore on the day and that I took with me in my day pack based on the weather. And we had roasting weather. It was like 26 degrees, blue skies, not a cloud in sight, and we did a lot of walking and climbing little hills. So I wore clothes accordingly. So if we go through it, base layers were my long sleeve merinos, 1 per day. We only hunted for 1 day, so I had duplicate, but that was all right. I ended up wearing Corin's beautiful camo top, which she loaned me to look the part. So didn't wear mine, but would have done perfectly. That did me for the whole day until the sun went down. Mid layer, my thicker fleece went over that as soon as the sun went down, and the temperature dropped pretty much immediately, and that did me for the evening and the walk back out. I took my insulation layer. I was told that is absolutely essential, even if you don't think you're going to use it. It's super light and packs down so small it won't bother you. But if you end up staying out late or you have an accident or somebody needs another layer, absolute lifesaver. So definitely pack this, and definitely won't make the mistake again to think that I might not need it, so we'll leave it behind. I didn't take my thick hunting jacket. It was just way too hot, and with those 3 top layers I was fine, so this stayed behind at the hut. Learning that I made there is because I now didn't have necessarily a very good windproof or waterproof layer. I should have had my really thin rain jacket that's just like a pullover that packs down really small in my day pack, just in case. There was no rain forecast, but it would have just provided another wind and waterproof layer that I was lacking in my kit. So this stayed. Next time I would take that little thin raincoat. On the bottom, I did not end up wearing my merino bottoms and my shorts. I didn't want to tear up my legs. There was a lot of metagari around, I heard, so I didn't go for that option and didn't use either of those. But I wore my thin fleece long pants. They have wonderful vent zips on the side, so in the heat, I didn't overheat wearing these, and they were great when it got cooler. So they were spot on. I left behind at the hut my rain over trousers because, again, it was just so boiling hot. Weather forecast did not speak of any danger of rain, and we were not going anywhere near the snow. So they stayed behind at the hut, and that was all right. Socks, spot on, 1 pair a day. Thick merino socks preferable, no blisters, perfect. Gloves were my day pack. Glad I had them. Didn't wear them because we didn't stay out that late. Cap and hat both came in absolutely handy. Wore the cap all day, put that on over the cap when it got cold in the evening. The blaze was worn by a couple of people. I didn't take mine because I had other blaze items on me, but this is good to have in your pack at all times. It stayed behind at the hut for me in this case. My merino buff, perfect, super happy with it. Could roll it up for sun protection on my neck during the day, didn't overheat with it, and at night it provided some nice warmth. Sunnies were absolutely essential, it was super bright. Belt was essential because I got to attach gear to my belt instead of carry it in the day pack. And my boots were perfect. We didn't do a huge amount of sidling up steep ledges. I understand that there's better boots that you can get for that kind of alpine terrain that have more support that goes throughout the bottom of your boot, but for the kind of hunting that we did, these ones were sufficient. The one learning that I did make, which I didn't have with me, which the other girls told me about, apparently you can get merino bras. Who knew? You can get everything out of merino. I wore a synthetic sports bra, and when you have your bino case on the front and your backpack on the back, you get sweaty. Later on you get cold. It's not a nice feeling. So apparently merino bras wick away sweat, dry really quick, and keep you nice and comfortable. So I'm going to be looking into merino bras apparently. There you go. The items that I took with me for the hut specifically all came in useful. None of it should have stayed at home. There was a few learnings of what was missing though. So in my toiletries bag I didn't bring sandfly repellent. That was essential. There was sandflies around at the hut, so I borrowed some from other people. The other thing was lip balm. It's so easy to forget or lose your lip balm, so all the girls had lip balm in different pockets and first aid kits and jackets and pants just to make sure they had it with them when they went out, and that was a big learning. I only had one with me and it was easy to forget, and your lips just get so chapped in the sun or the cold and the wind that was definitely, could have packed a second one. All the clothes that I took were essential, so dry pair of socks, pyjamas and some comfy clothes for the hut, and the hut shoes. I was really happy that I had them with me this time, so very happy with this. With regards to the items that I carried with me on the day, there was a lot of learnings. It worked out fine for the day, but there's definitely space for improvement. I should have tested my day pack before I left to see if it fit all of the gear that I was intending to take. I'd never used that day pack before and I thought it would fit, and it kind of did. But if I would have needed to pack more layers, if the weather was going to turn, it wouldn't have fit, so that would have been a problem. Again, the bino harness, didn't try that on before I left. It was a brand new piece of kit, looked beautiful, didn't fit me, and the binos kept on falling out. So a pain in the backside for the trip. Would definitely try things on next time and see that everything works together, and try and go for a little walk in it as well to see how it shifts and changes when you're moving. Rangefinder, absolutely essential. Thank you so much to my friend Erin who loaned that to me. I don't know how you would go tahr hunting without that, so we'll definitely be buying one of these in the future. All of the other items were essential. People who didn't have a meat bag, who shot something, were, you know, busy struggling carrying pieces of meat with them, so the meat bag is definitely a big plus point. Rifle, ammo, cleaning kit, hearing protection all came in handy. Now the few things that I added to the kit last minute, which came in really handy on the trip, where I added a backup light which I packed in my day pack, and it was used on the day because a hunting buddy of mine forgot her head torch, so she was able to use that one for the way home. I added a fabric tissue, which was great because I got hay fever, and I added insulation tape, which can fix a lot of things. Anything from first aid to strapping gear bags together if they rip or something. And also good to cover your muzzle apparently of the rifle so it doesn't catch dirt while you're hiking in for your hunt. So that was great. First aid kit, the things that I learned that were missing were antihistamines. I only had Panadol in there, but I could have really used an antihistamine out there while I was getting a hay fever attack. And one of the girls got sunstroke, so having meds that you could give to somebody with sunstroke in the summer would definitely be a big plus in there, and I didn't have any of that with me. So that's a learning for the future of how I can improve that. Food-wise, I was pretty happy with what I packed. There were a few leftovers, which is great. I'd rather have a bit too much with me than too little. The 3 key learnings I took away from the trip was an easy to refill water bottle was great because I could just top up on streams and waterfalls along the way and didn't have to hold up the hunting party by having to dig out my water pack from my bag. So that worked out. Pack good snacks. I don't know how I kept a chocolate bar left over, which I didn't eat. No idea how that happened. You will envy your hunting buddies when they unpack all kinds of snacks on the way and you're not adequately prepared. They're great for morale, they're great as a sugar boost while you're on the go, so snacks are super important. Last but not least, for dinners, plan something that's really easy to eat and doesn't require a lot of cooking. We were shattered when we came back in from the tahr hunt. We came in between 10 p.m. and 1 in the morning. All we wanted to do was sit around a table, share stories about the day, and nibble on whatever we had in the kitchen that didn't require cooking. So crackers, bread, cheese, salami, salads, cake, fruit, whatever is easy to just dig into without much effort was really appreciated by everyone. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed the video and that my learnings that I make in these how to pack videos will help you prepare for your trips in the future. If you have any advice on things that you pack on a trip like this, do leave a comment below and share it with the community. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, that would mean a lot to me. Hit the subscribe button to join the journey on Huntress. Thanks for watching, see you next time.